So, before I go MIA, this is something really concerning that needs to be brought up. So, this is a grooming victim, and this is somebody that I have talked and covered. Um, this is Tessa. So, apparently, she's been having a DeviantArt for 5 months. So, this came up to my feed because usually, if there's a new artist or artists that have been around for more than 5 months or whatnot, they start to come up on my feed. So she came up there, and I was like, okay, whatever. Because, I don't use DeviantArt unless I'm looking for bases, references, whatever. No fucking problem. So I saw her favorites, and at first it was okay. But then this all became concerning. Now, I'm not logged into DeviantArt on my phone, but I am on my iPad. But due to YouTube guidelines, I'm not going to show these. But what I can tell you is that the models and the artwork is very suggestive. And there is a vor/bloating fetish where characters have bloatations, and it's a fetish in the community. And it makes me very concerned why a child is liking this stuff on DeviantArt nonetheless. And I remember at one point, almost a year ago, so 6-7 months ago, Tessa has stated that she's been looking into adult artwork since she was 11. So the fact that she's still looking into these things at 15, when she shouldn't be at all, concerns me. And I remember when the one video I made of Amelia's story, that one video, if you remember that, on my main channel, we've spoken to her father about how she was being groomed by Brianna Seymour and all those kind of things. And I think Rev was one that mentioned that, he can give her information and so he can call the cops and whatnot. And he said, no, I'm not going to do that, blah, 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 blah. So it concerns me that she's living with her father, right? Because she mentioned that her parents are divorced. So she's living with her living with her father. Her mother is across the street, so more than likely she's living in a different house, but she's across the street, so she can at least see Tessa. And basically, this is just overall concerning that the father isn't doing anything about it. I don't even think the mother even knows about this, because I remember asking her if, at the time when I still did predator hunting, if the mother knew about this. And she said no. And I told her, I said, well, I think it's important that your mother should know about this since clearly your father isn't doing shit about it. And I didn't hear much about it. The thing I do recall as well is that she openly gave me the father's phone number. So if I really wanted to, I could just go back to find that said phone number and contact him and message him all the evidence about what his child is doing. But the thing is, it's also not my place to begin with, because I am a stranger, especially to him, and I don't want him to fucking crash out or threaten me or anything, especially how he is. And how plenty of times that Tessa has mentioned how her father is, very aggressive and very, I want to say stern. But then again, that's any parent that is concerned about what their child does, especially when it comes to punishment. But she mentioned that she doesn't like getting punished and how he punishes her or something. So that's my concerns is that I don't know what also goes behind closed doors, what happens at home. Besides, my only intake is, well, he's doing what any other parent would do, discipline and punish the child. But if there's something severe that makes her, depressed and cry and fear of what her father may do or say, then that's very highly concerning. But I'm not going to jump the gun and just say, oh yeah, there's something happening. No, I just think that for someone who's a parent, who's also been knowing that their daughter is addicted to the internet and is also getting into things that she's not supposed to be into, and doesn't moderate the said child, and even when proof is shown and said that he'll do something about it and never does, it's very concerning. But if you see this account, I advise to just report it. I have nothing more to say about this.